Bolt Brothers. Good morning. Every time, goddamn hinges. God is glorious, and so is the day. Let's get going. If you're wondering why there's so much editing in this video, it's not because I'm actually getting competent and using it. It's because I've got hay fever again, and I'm slowly descending into madness if I don't blow my nose every couple of minutes. So today, we're going to be talking about working on your masculinity, because even though you may get laughed at for even just talking about not being masculine enough, it is something you need to work on. You're not born with it. It's a skill, like any skill. There's always more to learn, and you need to maintain it if you want to be the best. So I'd say the easiest way in order to become a man is just to face your fears. So hopefully a lot of you are aware of, or have perhaps even met or read The Way to Superior Man by David Ida. And in one of the later chapters, I think 36 or something, he's talking about how men all want to be free eventually, or over the course of their life, men are working through obstacles in order to be free. So you see men trying to overcome these fears in what they enjoy. So you've got video games, watching people play sports, just overcoming obstacles and challenges in order to be more free than they were before. But obviously, the greater the challenge, the greater the reward, the greater the freedom, the greater the wisdom you're going to obtain at the end. So perhaps watching other people realize their dreams isn't the best thing for you if you're wanting to become a man or become somebody great. So instead of watching fights, maybe you need to go take up a martial art. Maybe you need to be in fights. So I guess the four big sort of fears that I came up with that you can start working on were fear of rejection. Obviously, that's not just that's to do with all your plans. So maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, but you're scared that it's going to fail. I think that's the fear of rejection, the fear of failure. I think that's a very big one that a lot of people need to get over. Second one, the second one. I'm gonna get cancelled so quickly. The second one is about having a shadow. You need to appreciate the fact that you are capable of doing horrible things. To be honest, the fact that you've got a dark side, you need to acknowledge that part of yourself, and you need to seek to integrate it into your life in a positive way. You can't be, I think you need to have a proper respect for your power, but also have the bravery to attempt to control it and know that you are the master of it, and not the other way around. Number 3 is your fear of femininity. Ooh, it's that big one. So initially, when you're coming of age, or no guy wants to be called out for being like a girl. The vast majority of them. So it's when you're a kid, you're constantly seeking to overcome your femininity, which should sort of eventually come with moving out and sort of separating yourself from your mother, which is quite a big, it is quite a big fear, because it's a big step from that point onward. You need to do everything yourself. You got to step into the unknown by doing your washing, but I think the fear is that you're not strong enough to do it. I think that makes more sense. But then you can't let that fear consume you to the point where you're not comfortable having any feminine side, because that's saying you could go too far in order to escape from your mother, but then you need to sort of bring it back again so you can actually have a relationship with a woman. You know what I mean? So number 4, the ultimate, or according to David Dida, is the ultimate fear that you are going to have to face sooner or later if you want to be spiritually free, is your fear of death. And I think that this just comes through by being centered. It's simple, but it's not necessarily an easy solution. Where it's, if you know you're on your mission, if you know that you're on your purpose, you're doing what you were sort of put on earth to do, then it doesn't really, nothing really matters anymore. Even if you do die, it's not necessarily about how far you get with your mission, but it's about how, it's just about the fact you were on it in the first place. You know, you do what you're meant to do, and that in itself is fulfilling enough that you're not really scared of death anymore. You know, you've conquered the ultimate fear, therefore you've conquered all fear in your life, and you're therefore free and ironically ready to die. These are the big four. I'd say that obviously death is the last one that you want to face. You want to start steadily build yourself up there. You want to get comfortable at being uncomfortable and facing your fears in general before you go for the big one. So you need to figure out your fears and you need to work out how to overcome them. And I think there's two ways you can go about that, or there's two ways you can go about getting yourself going to conquer them, which is number one, what could conceivably happen. So, you know, you've heard all the stuff about, I don't know, you're not wanting to be accused of something. If you feel if you approach a woman, she's going to accuse you of something. Like, yes, this may happen, but how likely is it to happen? You know, it's that kind of thing. You don't want to step outside because you're going to get hit by a meteorite. Oh, one of them is going to be more likely than the other. But I'd say if it's still like 99% not going to happen, those are pretty good odds. I'll take those odds. But number two, what's going to happen if you don't overcome your fear? And that could be interesting. So what you do is write down the life you think you're going to have if you don't do this. You know, so if you don't ask that person out, well then I'm going to, obviously go all the way. I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. I'm going to regret everything. I'm just going to be sitting in my room doing nothing. Like, obviously, to exaggerate it a bit, because you do need to sort of get yourself a bit psyched up in order to get outside your comfort zone and do these sorts of things. You feel, oh shit, I am wasting my life. I'm going to die if I don't do this, because you are going to die, whatever you do. So it's better to just do these things, knowing that you face them in order to articulate yourself and become more masculine. That's what you need to do. But I think it is especially hard because there's not really much guidance for what we need to do. And that's why it's important to listen to yourself, and whatever it is that you feel you need to do, just do it. I think it is especially hard in a world that isn't necessarily giving us good guidance on how we need to, or what we need to do in order to fully manifest ourselves. Because I mean, any of the things that I laid out, they might not be the thing for you. And I think that's, obviously there are generalizations about groups of people, and obviously there are going to be, because it's a generalization, it's not going to work for everyone. So it's important. It's important for you to find your own way. You know, we all need to try and find our own way. We can all help each other out, but at the end of the day, this is your path. These are your fears, and you're going to need to be the one to figure it out and actually execute on these. I mean, it is hard for all of us, but you've got to get out there. And to be honest, you might be surprised by what you could do when you just believe in yourself and you're committed to achieving your goals. So we're going to end it there for today, because at this point you're probably tired of hearing me being bloody choked up, and I'm tired of talking about being choked up. So I think it's best for both of us if I end it there for today. I really hope that you figure out what it is that you need to do in your life in order to become centered, but whatever it is, just do it. Just go for it. It can be scary, and maybe you won't be able to do it the first time around, but if you go out with the mindset to do it, sooner or later you're going to be able to push yourself over the edge. And once you've done it, you know, you always feel regret for the things you don't do as opposed to things you do. So, back to the Crusades, and till next time, keep growing.